Hello, welcome to ANA community. From the past several videos, we are discussing about the mechanism of Samprapti. Initially, we have started with the definition of Samprapti. After that, we have discussed about the three main determinants of Samprapti: Dushta dosha, Anuvisarpana of the dosha, and Amayasya Nirvritti. The three determinants of Samprapti we have discussed. From the yesterday onwards, we have started with the types of Samprapti. Initially, we have discussed Vikalpa Samprapti. In this particular video, we are going to discuss about the Pradhanya Samprapti. About the Pradhanya Samprapti, it discusses about the dominance of the dosha observed in the pathogenesis. It is being mentioned by Madhava Nidana and even Ashtanga Hridaya. Swatantriya Paratantriyabhyam Vyadhehe Pradhanyam. Swatantriyam in the sense that is the dependent one. Paratantrabhyam, that means so dependent on the somebody. Swatantriya refers to the independent one. Pradhanyam vivrinoti स्वातंत्र्यात् पारतंत्र्याभ्याम इति अनुबंध्य अनुबंध भावेन इत्यर्थः. स्वातंत्र्यात् प्राधान्यम पारतंत्र्यात् अप्राधान्यम इति सिद्ध्यति. So that means whenever if you think about the independent cause or independent dosha vitiation, then we are going to say it is swatantra, and when it is depending on the some other aspect, some other dosha itself, then we are going to say it is apradhanya or paratantriya. This is the main gist of saying about the Pradhanya Samprapti. Further, it is being mentioned, Pradhanyam punaha doshanam taratamabhyam upalabhyate. Tatra dvayoh taraha trishu tama iti. Whenever we are going to say Pradhanya Samprapti, there will be the vitiation of two dosha or more than two dosha. If there is a vitiation of two dosha, then we have to identify which is the most vitiated dosha among those two vitiated dosha. Suppose if one dosha is being vitiated a little bit more degree, then we are going to say that is considered to be a tara vriddhi, and the other one will be comparatively less dosha vitiated ones. When there is three dosha vitiation, that means all the three dosha are being vitiated, then initially that comes the tama, which is the most vitiated dosha. Then comes the tara, then comes the mild vitiation of the dosha. This is the actual list of knowing about the Pradhanya Samprapti. So when you think about the timeline to depict the Pradhanya Samprapti, when you think about it, so here there is an example where the person is having the consumption of a Katurasa in those two occasions. Day 1 he has consumed Katurasa, and on day 5 he has consumed Katurasa. So when you think about Adhyashana, he has taken the more amount of Katurasa Sevana. There will be the vitiation of Kapha dosha also, but there will be the vitiation of Pitta dosha, as Katurasa is considered to be having the all the qualities of Pitta dosha. There may be a possibility of increase of the Pitta from all aspects, and there may be a possibility of increase of Vata dosha also. As such, it is being mentioned that Atimatra Ahara Bhojana will be leading to Tridosha Prakopa. So, in a matter of fifth lay, he is going to consume Katurasa again. Then there may be a possibility of a Pitta dosha increase or Vata dosha increase. When you think about the further, the Panchabhautika constitution of Katurasa, it is being mentioned that Katurasa will be comprising of Tejas and Vayu Mahabhuta. Suppose if the person is having the consumption of Katurasa substances having the Tejo Mahabhuta dominance, there may be a possibility of vitiation of Pitta dosha more. If the person is consuming the substances having Katurasa, where Vata Mahabhuta or Vayu Mahabhuta is increased in that particular substance, there may be a possibility of vitiation of Vata dosha rather than Pitta dosha. So like this, depending upon the concentrations, depending upon the permutation and the combinations of degree of Tejas and Vayu Mahabhuta, we can able to get innumerable combinations of Katurasa substances can be made out. Suppose if the person is consuming, nowadays, most of us are, the diet pattern itself will be comprising of Katu, Amla or Lavana Rasa Sevana in excess. When the person is going to consume Katu, Amla and Lavana Rasa substances, there may be a possibility of increase of Pitta dosha to the maximum extent. But Amla and Lavana Rasa are may lead to the increase of Kapha dosha also. Because it is being mentioned that Kshmambho Agni Kshma, that is Amla Rasa is containing the Agni as well as Prithvi Mahabhuta, whereas Lavana Rasa is going containing Up and Agni Mahabhuta. Whenever the substances which are having Amla Rasa, if they are consuming more amount of the Prithvi dominant Amla Rasa, there may be a possibility of Kapha dosha increase. And when the person is going to consume the Lavana Rasa substance having Up Mahabhuta, there may be a possibility of Kapha dosha increase. But when the person is going to consume Amla and Lavana Rasa substance having Agni Mahabhuta, there may be a possibility of increase of Pitta dosha. This is what we can say about the rationale behind the Pradhanya Samprapti. Suppose, further understanding this, suppose if the person is going to consume the substances which are prepared out of chili. So, and he is going to do the cycling, that too in the bright sunny day. This may lead to the increase of Pitta dosha in the body. Already the person has consumed chili, which is having the Tikshna and Ushna guna as such. Again, he is exposed to that particular Ushnatva of the external environment. There may be a possibility of a Pravara Pitta dosha increase. Whereas in the third instance, if the person is consuming chili and if he is going to the cycling in that particular chilly weather, that is cold chilly weather, then there may be a possibility of a mild Pitta dosha increase, but here there may be a possibility of Vata dosha increase also. Now, depending upon the presenting complaint and Pradhanya Samprapti, suppose if the person is having cough as such, suppose if it is associated with sneezing, there may be a possibility of Vata dosha dominance. If the person is having the cough, there may be a possibility of Vata dosha dominance again. If the person is having whitish colored sputum while coughing, there may be a possibility of Kapha dosha dominance, which may be associated with Vata dosha dominance. If the person is having yellowish colored sputum, there may be a possibility of Pitta dosha dominance along with Vata dosha as such. Reddish colored sputum may be associated with Pitta as well as Vata dosha increase. Chest pain on either sides of the chest, on both sides of the chest and cough as such, we are going to say there may be a possibility of Vata dosha increase. If it is associated with fever, we can say that there may be a possibility of Pitta dosha dominance. Body ache, all over the body, pricking type of pain, etc. We can say Vata dosha increase in the patient. Chills and rikers, specifically Shita guna vriddhi there, and we are going to say there may be a possibility of Vata dosha dominance. So like this, depending upon the Nidana and depending upon the Lakshana as such, we need to identify what about the dosha dominance has been occurred. Percentage of dosha dominance has to be analyzed. Based on that, we are going to say this much Vata dosha might have been the Pradhana dosha and Kapha or Pitta may be a Apradhana dosha like that. Take home messages from today's discussion. Pradhanya Samprapti is the type of Samprapti which will be helpful in determining the dosha dominance in an individual if there is an association of dual dosha prakopa or triple dosha prakopa. as such. So first of all, we have to identify what is the probable nidana has been taken by the individual. And further, we have to identify the lakshana. Based on that, we are going to say, and its relation with the nidana, thereby we can able to identify the dosha dominance in an individual. Dear ANA community, that's all for today. What are the major key takeaways from today's discussion? Mention in the comment box below. And what is the one video that you would like to hear in the coming days? Mention in the comment box below. And spread this particular video to maximum number of true Ayurveda learners or true Nidana learners, so that we can make a huge movement out of this particular small message. That's all for today. Something more in the next video. Thank you.